Hey Vista Voyagers, happy Wednesday. I hope your Wednesday is a wonderful one. Let's go ahead and review today's date. Today is Ready Go. Today is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. Yesterday we got to the middle of our super fun story, A Bad Case of Stripes. And this story is so interesting and has so many crazy pictures that are really fun to look at. But we faced the problem yesterday and the doctors have been doing something to try to fix it, whether it was ointment or pills, but the pills turned Camilla Cream into a pill. And today we're gonna finally find out what happens in the rest of our story and if Camilla Cream gets to go back to her normal self. To start the video, I have a special shout out for my friend Ezra. Ezra, I am so impressed with all the hard work you have been showing on Vista Virtual, whether it's my Read Aloud videos or watching and participating in CGI Live every day, coming to all of our lunch bunches, coming to all of our High Five Fridays, and working on showing courage, even the special Zoom call that I got to do with you and Mary Jane. I have just had so much fun working with you online, and I love that you're continuing to grow your brain every single day. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say, he's a leader. 1, 2, 3. He's a leader. I also want to shout out all of our kindergarten friends who were able to work on their STO and some of their R yesterday for our story elements and who were able to send a picture of them to their teachers. Your teachers showed me all of your hard work, and if you weren't able to do it yesterday, no big deal. Today's a brand new day where you get to try again. So we're going to jump right into our story and we will be reviewing our words at the end today. So let's go ahead and track our book. We're going to start with the word bye. Can you find the word bye at the top of the page? Remember, Vista Voyagers, we've been working really hard on either following along on the screen with our finger or tracking with those laser pointer eyes so that we can follow along with what's happening in the story. And sometimes when I pause, I need you to fill in the word for me. So I can't wait to see who's being their detective self today and following along in the text as we read and find out the rest of our story elements. Let's start by reading bye. Ready? Oh my goodness, wait a second. This picture has a lot of detail. So let's give ourselves some time to look at this picture and really think about what's happening. Yeah, I see that too. I see people knocking on the door. Whoa, well I know our main settings have been Camilla's house and school, and that looks like a house to me. So I wonder if that's Camilla's house. I see the news is there. There's a lot of people. I think they might have heard about Camilla's disease. What's going on with her? How she's changing into different colors and different shapes, and now she looks like a pill. Let's go ahead and start reading. By now, the TV news had found out about Camilla. Uh-oh, they did find out. Reporters from every channel were outside her house, telling the story of the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. Soon, a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn. Oh my goodness, another picture with so much detail. Poor Camilla Cream. Oh my goodness, scholars. Does she look like she's getting better? No, you're right. She looks like she's getting much worse. I think I see a cattail in there. Oh my goodness, let's keep reading. The Creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian. Each so-called cure only added to poor Camilla's strange appearance until it was hard to even recognize her. She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail, but nothing worked. One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed she could cure Camilla. Close your eyes, she said, breathe deeply, and become one with your room. I wish you hadn't said that, Camilla groaned. Slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth, her nose was a dresser, and 2 paintings were her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. What are we going to do? Cried Mrs. Cream. It just keeps getting worse and worse. She began to sob. Look at that picture, scholars. So much detail. Oh my goodness. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock at the front door. He opened it, and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and sweet as a strawberry. "Excuse me," she said brightly, "but I think I can help." She went into Camilla's room and looked around. "My goodness," she said with a shake of her head, what we have here is a bad case of stripes, one of the worst I've ever seen." She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag. "Here," she said, "these might do the trick." "Are those magic beans?" asked Mrs. Cream. "Oh my, no," replied the kind old woman. "There's no such thing. These are just plain old lima beans. I'll bet you'd like some, wouldn't you?" she asked Camilla. So guys, how does Camilla feel about lima beans? Remember, you can like something, dislike something, love something. How does Camilla feel about lima beans? Yeah, I remember that too. When we read yesterday at the beginning of the story, it told us in the text when she was feeling really nervous, really worried about her first day of school and what she was going to look like. It said in the text that, so let's look back in the story. It said, Camilla Cream loved lima beans. Oh, she loves them. Oh my goodness, I wonder what's going to happen. Camilla wanted a big heaping plateful of lima beans more than just about anything, but she was still afraid to admit it. "Yuck," she said. "No one likes lima beans, especially me." "Oh dear," the old woman said sadly. "I guess I was wrong about you." She put the beans back in her bag and started toward the door. Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good, and being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she'd been going through. She finally couldn't stand it. "Wait," she cried. "The truth is, I really love lima beans." "I thought so," the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camilla's mouth. "Mmm," said Camilla. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear. Then the whole room swirled around. When it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal. "I'm cured," she shouted. "Yes," said the old woman. "I knew the real you was in there somewhere." She patted Camilla on the head. Then she went outside and vanished into the crowd. Look at that, real Camilla. She's all back to her normal self. Phew, that was a close one in the story. Afterward, Camilla wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. She ate all the lima beans she wanted, and she never had even a touch of stripes again. She looks really happy at the end of the story. I could tell that, yeah, she really doesn't care what other scholars say about her. What she cares about is being her true self. And who cares if other kids don't like lima beans, right? She loves lima beans, so she's going to eat them because she wants to. It shouldn't matter what other people think, or if someone thinks something is gross that you actually love, it doesn't matter, right? Right. So I'm glad we were in the end able to have a solution. So what is the solution in the story? Yeah, good job, scholars. Camilla's favorite food, lima beans, was able to solve her problem. It turned her back into her normal self. She no longer is covered in stripes. She no longer looks like a pill. She no longer has an animal tail. She's back to her normal self. So lima beans were the solution. It's how the problem was solved. So scholars, as we read today, we continued to work on our story elements. We were able to get the rest of our story elements and finish all of it so we could be ready for our retell. So let's go ahead and review our words. So since today is Wednesday and we've been working so hard this week on our story elements, I'm just gonna do the mouth motions, but I'm not gonna say anything. Say, "We don't need your help." Yeah, you don't need my help. So let's go ahead and cue the music and let's get started. S&T, get ready, go. Good. S stands for setting is get ready, go. Nice work. T stands for characters are get ready, go. Nice job. O stands for problem is get ready, go. You got it. R stands for attempts to. Yeah, attempts to resolve. When the, yeah, how the character tries to solve their problem. And last but not least, Y stands for, and solution is, whoa, nice job. Character actions, ready, go. You got it. Oh my goodness, you're doing such a good job. And the last one, retell. Get ready, go. What did you think? Did you get 100%? Whoa, scholars, nice hard work. Now I want you to write out all your story elements. Make sure you have them all, because your next job is to retell the story to a friend or a family member. Remember, it's really important to pay attention to sequence when we give a retell. Why is it important to pay attention to sequence? Yeah, sequence is the order that something happens. Why is it important to pay attention to the order that something happens when we retell a story? Yeah, we don't want to retell a story and start with the end of the book. That would be so confusing. If we just started with how the problem was solved, the solution, I would be so confused as a friend. I would say, what? I don't really understand the retell of the story and what happened. Sequence helps us keep track of the important characters and the important events that are happening throughout the story. Remember to include the important events and the important characters in our story as you retell the story to a friend or family member today. You can send me a recording of you retelling the story all on your own, or you can try to write it down on paper. So scholars, since you are such professionals at all of this now and at knowing all of your story elements and following along as an almost first grader, oh my goodness, so exciting, I have a quiz for you. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know. It's like a first grade quiz, so I don't know. Okay, we'll do it. I'm gonna show you some different story elements. I'm gonna put them on the screen, and I want you to draw a make-believe line with your finger on what they connect to. So if you see something that shows where and when, I want you to draw a line with your finger to the setting, because I know setting is where and when. If you see names of characters, I know you're gonna draw a line to T for talking characters, because I know characters are the people, animals, or things acting in this story. So this is a fun game. You're gonna try to match up all the story elements, and then at the end, I will show you all the answers and you can see if you got 100%. When we're done for your hard work, I want you to come up with a dance move that you'll be excited to show friends at High Five Friday. Can you do that for me? I think you can. I'm sending you all the love and support so that you can show the courage to do that. But I'm excited to see if you get 100%. So let's get right into the game. Whoa, so much hard work, scholars. Nice job playing along with that game, and really nice job trying to get all the right answers and drawing those pretend lines to make sure you could get them all right. Air high five, get ready, go. And we're going to do a special crocodile cheer that my friend Genesis showed me during a Zoom call. She taught me a cheer. It's called the baby crocodile. It goes like this. Chomp, chomp. I'm a baby crocodile. It's so silly. Let's do it together. Chomp, chomp. I'm a baby crocodile. Genesis, shout out to you, girl, because that is my new favorite cheer, and I cannot wait to do it with you guys when we're back in school. So, awesome job today. Have fun retelling the story, A Bad Case of Stripes, to your family and friends, and I will see you tomorrow for a new story. Bye, scholars.